Okay. My family all originally came from a little valley, a little town called Llangaina. And my grandpa got saved just outside the Welsh Revival. He always says, he just missed it, but actually he lived it his whole life. And to be honest, he knew Jesus like I longed to know Jesus. He just glowed in the presence of Jesus. He tells a day one day. He was a coal miner. And he talks about he was coming back from the mines one day. And as he's walking back, the valley lit up with the presence of God. And he stood there and just watched the valley glow and glow and glow. And he said, Lord, no more. I can't take any more. Lord, not till I come to see you face to face can I take any more. But they were an extraordinary family. They just experienced the provision of God. There's one time when my grandma, who was quite a fearsome lady, to be honest, scared the living daylights out of me. But she was in church in the little chapel, and the preacher that day suddenly said, "I feel we're going to have a good offering. Bring your offering to the Lord." And my grandma felt God say, "Whatever's in your pocket, put in the offering." Just happened to be a time where there was a miners' strike on. There was no work in the mines. No money was coming into the house. And she put her hand into her pocket and realised in her pocket was everything that they had financially. And she just put it in. As the offering plate came in, she threw it in the offering and then ran out of the chapel, ran up the road crying. She ran into the house and sat in the front room and cried and said, "God, how could you make me do that? How could you make me do that?" And then she could hear my grandpa and my dad and my uncle coming up the hallway, up the road, and she turned and she said, "Oh, and I bet that awful man has brought back all the visitors as well." And sure enough, my grandpa invites everyone back, so all these people walk into the house, and she is in tears. Hasn't yet told my grandpa, I've just given everything away, but she goes into the pantry, grabs a loaf of bread, and in tears starts saying, "God, why did you tell me to do that? Why did you tell me to do that? Why did you tell me to do that?" And as she's suddenly aware, the bread is not getting any smaller at all. And then she goes to the ham. She cuts the ham, and the ham wasn't getting any smaller at all. And they were able to feed everyone who came to the home. In fact, the day the bread started going was the day the strike was called off, and the day my grandpa went back to work and started bringing money back in.